finished shooting it after 4 days, I thought, I didn't work hard enough at all. That felt too easy. And you gave us a frightening amount of freedom, actually. I mean, I didn't, you would come in and just go, that was great, let's move on. And it was terrifying, I thought. But I had to have screwed that up. That couldn't have been good. So it was amazing freedom and relaxation. And like you say, it's a dark scene, but it was actually really playful and fun to try to murder Robert Pattinson. It's suddenly the funnest thing I've ever done in my life.
Frightening freedom, I think, is a good way to put it. I think when I arrived in Germany, I really expected that we were going to do rehearsals and read-throughs and spend a lot of time with the material, and you put the kibosh on that very quickly. And so it just became about Michael and I spending a lot of time together at this castle in Germany, and then creating and crafting a character. And then when we were going to do Cosmopolis, David came into my trailer and said, "So you're going to play a modern woman? You ready?" And I said, "Yeah. Do you want to talk about this, my ideas?" And you pointed at the script and you were like, "No, it's all there. It's all there." Okay.
So that's all I was thinking about, you know. And if this movie, for example, had no connection to my other movies, so what? That would be okay, you know. It's when you're being a critic and you're looking at all the films that somebody has done that you want to make connections, you know, amongst the films. But for me, creatively, that isn't an issue. You know, it doesn't help me make the movie to think about those things.
I like to approach it from a very self-studied kind of way. And then you have to kind of let it all go and have fun and play on the day and find people and your scene partner.
Paul, I hope you can learn from this.
Sitting here feeling like crap about myself. Jesus Christ, I don't do anything. What the hell do? I show up and eat the free food, sit in my little trailer and let people bring me nice new shoes. What the hell do? I don't do anything.
I have a lot more time, I think.
I have a lot of time. I don't know what the hell I'm doing with my time. No, it's amazing. I wish I could do that. It's a tricky thing, though. You can. I can overburden myself and things, and I think I need to. It's very impressive, Sarah. Very impressive. When I was small, you're asking me when I'm a child. When I was a child, I liked very much horror movies. The Wolfman. I wanted to be the Wolfman. I wanted to be the Mummy and things like that. I really want to be a werewolf in a movie someday. Will you do that for me?
Maybe.
Okay.
If you're honest.
Okay. So those kinds of things I loved as a kid, and I guess if I had any, I liked Alec Guinness very much. Even when I was a little boy, I thought he was very funny in things that I would see, and just loved him, and loved how normal and insane he seemed at the same time. So I guess that kind of person.
When I was a teenager, I got really into Italian neorealism, and I just loved the idea of taking the camera onto the streets and shooting reality and getting to the humanity of situations and people, and I think that's what I love so much about cinema.
When I was very small, perhaps the age of 5, I saw my first film, which I believe was a Charlie Chaplin film, and I still love Charlie Chaplin.
Came in the 1950s and the early 60s with what used to be called the art film, which you could actually make money making art films in those days. And so it was all the classic guys like Fellini and Bergman and Truffaut and Kurosawa, Antonioni, Godard. Actually, I was very excited to hear that, Paolo, you were doing an interview with Jean-Luc Godard, and your son told me that he actually mentioned one of my movies, and I was extremely excited because I had no idea that he would even know that I existed, and you know how that is. And then, so those were my inspirations, really. You know, people that directors who I thought were could make cinema that was art as well as being entertaining.